Suswagatam. We are trying to fathom the total dimension of Bhakti Yoga, the science of emotion culture. The first challenge in Bhakti Yoga is to find out whether really God exists. In the era of science and technology, the scientists and technologists did not believe that it is possible to see God. And most of the scientists did not believe that God exists. So there was a great need for this to be established. Therefore, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa did this research to find out whether really God exists. Is it possible to see God? And that experiment he did without any guidance from outside. With his intense dedication and commitment, he did this experiment and in-depth research. And he understood by this process as to how it is possible to see God, how it is possible to transact with the God whom you like. And his Ishtadevata, Aradhya Devata was Kalima, and he was able to get the Sakshatkara of Kalima. What are the steps he underwent? Started with the Asuri Sampat to Daivi Sampat. He developed the Prema Bhava. And then he went to the next level of Bhakti. In Prema Bhava he went on giving and giving and giving everything. And took less and less for himself, less and less, least requirements for himself. And he started surrendering, continuously attuning himself to Mother Kali. And as is said in the shloka, his mind was fully engrossed in Kalima, 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 Kalima. His mind was fully in that beautiful statue of Mother Kali. And he did all his puja with utmost dedication, commitment and interest and truth. When he offered the prasad, the food, he would take the food and then make the Kali to eat. And then he had the full understanding that his buddhi was totally attuned to the grand qualities of Mother Kali. And his whole life from morning till night and all 24 hours, like Hanuman did, he was immersed in the Kali Bhava. So as said in that yoga, Mayeva mana adhatsva, mayi buddhim nimesha, nivasishyasi mayeva, atavurdhvam na samshayaha. Then you can reach the highest, has been told. Your body, the mind, emotions, intellect, everything should be tuned. And your whole life fully for that one. And when he was able to do that, then he hit the higher heights. And then the final test came. That is the pranarpana. When he was able to cut down himself using the sword of Mother Kali, then came the explosion inside. The mind jumps into higher level of consciousness. And he was able to see Mother Kali in flesh and blood, coming and talking to him, blessing him. And this is the whole process he understood. From Kama to Prema, Prema to Bhakti, Bhakti to Saguna Sakshatkara, as mentioned in our schematic. And then the second series of researches he did, whether it is possible to see different gods or goddesses. So he worked on Hanuman Bhava, Dasya Bhava of Hanuman, and he got the Sakshatkara of Sri Rama. And then he did the Radha Prema And that was the most embarrassing and most difficult thing. And he got the Sakshatkar of Krishna Bhagavan. And then he learns all the 64 Vidyas from Bhairavi Brahmani. And this entire Bhakti Yoga consists of the Tantra Shastra. In Tantra, there is the Rajasic, the Sattvic and the Tamasic pujas that are available. The Tamasic people need a lot of hits and others. Therefore, the type of gods or goddess they take are bhutas, pichashas and other things they take. Where the Rajas thing consists of people who take Rajasic thing. Sattvic people take Soumya Devatas. They have different types of gods or goddesses that have been brought forth. And the Tantra Shastra gives this entire mechanism, this entire science as to how you grow higher and higher into this dimension. Then he had the next series of experiment to see whether different religions also make sense to people. So he took to the worship of Christ in Christianity and followed all the rules and regulations have been prescribed. And he goes on worshipping Christ, and he gets the Sakshatkar of Christ. The same mechanism, from Prema Bhava to Bhakti, surrendering the ego and continuously doing the Pranarpana, then he gets the Kali, the dimension of Christ. Then he takes to the practice of Islam and he gets the vision of Muhammad. Therefore, in the third series of researches, he understood that all religions are true. And therefore, we, in our country, in the Bhakti Yoga and the Tantra Shastra, we believe that all religions are true and we accept all religions. It is not just we tolerate religions, but we accept all religions as true and accept them. This is the third series of experiment that he did. Where all these things are going on and he was immersed in this total sadhana, then another big breakthrough has to come. So, Totapari, he came. He is a great Advaita sadhaka. He believed in Nirakara. He believed in Nirvikalpa. He believed in the formless reality. And it's all in tune with the Upanishads. Therefore, he came to Ramakrishna and with his powerful logic, he told Ramakrishna, what you have done is all useless. It is meaningless. It is all your concoction of the mind. All that you have done, seeing Mother Kali, Rama, Krishna, Hanuman and the Christ, Islam is all nonsense. And it's all your own mental concoction, its own mental thing. See, for example, what did you do? You went on thinking of Kalima, 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 and then completely did, and you get the Mother Kali's vision. It's your own construction. Nobody else saw Kali, only you saw Kali. If it is a real reality, can other people also see? Like that, each one of you, each one of the things that you do is all your own mental imagination, and there is no reality about it. So, what does the Upanishad say? The ultimate reality that you are seeking cannot be a product of mind. Yan manasana manute, yenaham manomatam, tadeva brahmatvam vidhi, na yedam upasase. If you go on seeing the ultimate reality, you have to transcend the mind. You have to go beyond the mind. And whatever you see in the form of the mother or God or goddess, everything is only your mental imagination. There is no reality to it. And therefore, throw away all these things. Come to me and become a disciple. Become my student. I will teach you how to go beyond to pure consciousness, the ultimate reality. So, Ramakrishna was bewildered. And then he goes to Mother Kali. Kalima, what he says appears to be very logical. What he says, he has got the Shastradhara. What he is talking about is all told in the Upanishads. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. He is telling that which goes beyond is ultimate reality. And now he is telling that what I am seeing you, what I am transacting with you is all my imagination, is all my illusion. And what do you say? Then Mother Kali blesses him. Don't worry, my dear, you will understand everything. Go for that and become the disciple. And getting the permission from Mother Kali, he becomes the disciple of the student of Totapuri. And Totapuri was very, very happy. He was surprised that such a great master in the Vaishnava Dharma, in the Bhakti path, in the Dvaita, has come as my student. And with great happiness, powered by the surprise, now he prepares a nice hutment and says, Ramakrishna, now you come here and you are going to sit here. He initiates him to the path of Advaita. So what he says, now you sit here and go on removing all your thoughts. Go to the root of the thoughts. Whatever thought you get in the form of Kali or Rama or Krishna or Hanuman or Christ or Islam, everything you throw away. They are all illusions. It's only concoction. And you go to the source of all thoughts. So this is what you have to do. Okay? He initiates him. Then Ramakrishna sits there and starts trying to go to the root of thoughts. Then Kalima comes. And comes and starts transacting. Kalima, please go away, please go away. I have taken permission from you. And now he has told that I have to go beyond you. I have to throw you away all these things. Please go away, please go away. No. Mind completely stuck with Kalima. Years and years of his saturation with the Kalima. And within a few minutes he comes out and say, Mother Kali is not going out, what to do? Then Totapuri says, now you have taken permission from Mother Kali and you are my disciple. You have to hear what I say and do what I say. When this time when you sit, if she comes, cut her and throw her out. This is my order. If Rama comes, cut and throw him out. Everything you should throw out. No more Kali, no more Rama, no more Krishna, no more Christ, no more Islam, Muhammad. Everything you have to throw them away. Cut them to pieces and send them. And so saying, he puts a small pin and then pricks here and a drop of blood comes. And say that you concentrate on this, focus on this thing, and this is my order. Then Ramakrishna sits. Then concentrating, again Mother Kali comes. Then with the objective mind, he prays, please go away and help me to go beyond. This is my request to you, my prayer to you. And completely he does that and Mother Kali goes away. Then Rama, Krishna, everybody goes away and he sits and in the deep silence beyond the thoughts and merging with that wonderful silence of blissful awareness. And he's sitting there, 1 hour over, 2 hours over. Another big surprise to Totapuri. He was expecting that again he will come back in 15 minutes, but now more than half an hour, 45 minutes over. And he is sitting 3 hours continuously. And he comes and sees he is in the deep samadhi, Dirvikalpa samadhi. And he was such a surprise, he was flabbergasted. What I took for years and years and years of my practice of Advaita sadhana, here is a man, he just got it in few hours. He was so happy one side, at the same time he was so flabbergasted, so surprised. And Ramakrishna continues in the state, 1 day over, 2 days over, 3 days over, he was immersed in this thing. And almost 18, 19 days he was immersed in that wonderful, blissful, Anandamaya Kosha thing there. And if he crosses 21 days, then he will not come back to the body. So Totapuri knew that. Therefore, he goes and tells Ramakrishna, this is enough, please come back, please come back. No response, no response. He goes very near the ear and shouts, Ramakrishna, come back, come back. No response, no response. Then he takes a shankha and blows the shankha in the ears. No response. He holds entire body and shakes him up, trying to lift. No response. He gets a doubt whether he is already dead. But he knew all the secrets. Therefore, he wanted to find out whether there is any small element of prana still in him. Then he goes and checks up in the Mooladhara Chakra, and he finds there is a small, feeble prana that is available. So then he invokes and develops that by using the Omkara, and continuously Omkara goes on chanting and invokes those things and slowly start developing. So then he knew he's coming back. Several days it took for him to come back to normalcy. And when he came back, he has reached that Nirvikalpa Samadhi. He has understood all paths ultimately go to that Nirvikalpa, that Nirakara, from Saguna to Nirguna, from the form to formless, from the God in the form to the God in the formless thing. That's called Nirakara, Nirvikalpa. And it is beyond mind, it is beyond thoughts, and it is that pure consciousness. So he stayed there. And this is the ultimate reality he found. So in the path of bhakti, Ramakrishna was the greatest researcher, and he brought out the highest dimensions of the bhakti yoga, moving from the kama to prema, prema to bhakti, bhakti to saguna sakshatkara, from there to nirguna sakshatkara. And then he started living in that para-bhakti. All the time he was in that pure consciousness, yet in the transaction he was with the Kalima outside. And he started fathoming the higher and higher levels of samadhi according to Patanjali, to higher and higher states of bhakti yoga, and he has number of powers he started getting. And he was able to help hundreds and thousands of people. And then one more challenge of the Totapuri he wanted to unravel. Whether my seeing Kalima or seeing this thing is a reality. Once he was going with Mathura Babu, and he knew the great achievements of Ramakrishna, but he was a great believer of science. He also did not believe that it's possible. So one day they were traveling, they were just going around the garden, and they were talking. Then Mathura Babu said, science has grown to such a great extent, we know everything, it is all made out of molecules, atoms, protons, neutrons, fundamental particles, and all energy, everything is energy, energy, energy. There are laws that govern this nature, the world. Then Ramakrishna asked, who made all this? Who made all these laws, my dear? Please tell me. He said, who? It is nature. If somebody had done, if that some person can change, can he not change? He said, no, these natural laws cannot be changed. And for example, you take this and leave this, you want to come down. Nobody can change this law. Laws are permanent. Even if the person who made these laws, whom we call it as God, the Paramatma, the ultimate reality, the Brahma, the creator, if he wants also, can he not change? No, it can't be changed. This according to the science. It's all well established. This nature cannot be changed. Then he said, okay, now you see, what is this plant? Oh, this is a rose plant, obvious. What flowers we have? Beautiful red flowers are there. Okay, now you please come tomorrow morning, and we will see what is going to happen to this. So next morning, again they meet, and Mathura Babu is looking at, Ramakrishna is showing now, you see, red flower, white flower, yellow flower in the same plant. Mathura Babu was flabbergasted. All his notions that this nature and laws cannot be changed was completely changed. So, when you go to those heights, he said, when God wants, when the Brahma who created wants, can he not change? So these are the highest states of the bhakti. And all great bhaktas had this great powers. They are called as supernatural powers. They are called siddhis. And therefore Ramakrishna was able to fathom such heights and became role model. And that's the one that made Vivekananda to get charged. And he wanted to transfer that to Vivekananda. And as some of you demonstrated in Chicago to Chicago, when Vivekananda came, he was also a great skeptic. So Ramakrishna said, yes, God exists. I've been able to see God. He was such a brilliant student. He was straight in his questions. He met a number of yoga masters and spiritual saints and great people who used to come to Calcutta and that area. Have you seen God? Have you seen God? Have you seen God? Nobody could answer him in the affirmative. Only when he met Ramakrishna, he said, yes, I have seen God. And I see God much nearer than I see you. Kalima is all the time there, within that Nirvikalpa, in the sthiti. And I can see the God manifesting in all forms everywhere. Everybody is a manifestation of the same God. That is the Parabhakti. Kalima is there in everybody. Krishna Bhagavan is in everybody. Rama is there in everybody. And the pure consciousness exists everywhere. It is from the pure consciousness the whole creation has come. Everybody is a manifestation of the same thing. And then Vivekananda said, so can you show me this? Can you make me also realize? Then what did he say? Are you ready for it? How beautifully he brought out that in our drama. Congratulate. And he said, yes, I am ready to take. Then just a touch of Ramakrishna. He goes into such depth of silence. And later on he says, I had such a strong will. No person who is an hypnotizer or a person who has mesmerism could overpower me, can hypnotize me, can mesmerize me. But this old man, he was able to completely see it. And he went into that deep silence and he was bewildered. And he went to that pure thing, everything dissolved and he became one with that pure consciousness. And that was the power that Ramakrishna had. And this is the dimension that the Bhakti Yoga starts. At the higher levels, there are a number of siddhis that start coming up. These are called the supernatural powers. These are the fathoming of the laws of the higher koshas. Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, Vijnanamaya kosha, Anandamaya kosha. In Manomaya kosha, all these powers come. Pranamaya kosha, they get the powers and the knowledge. And these are the higher dimensions. Ultimately, the person merges with that reality. How does he leave the body? I told two ways in which the great masters leave the body, great bhaktas. We had one great bhakta, Gondawali Maharaj from Maharashtra, who used to come to Bangalore. Thousands and thousands of people used to come for his saptaha, for his Bhagavata saptaha and Ramayana saptaha, everything. And that day, in the Subhash thing, we all had gone and really 20,000 people had gathered. It was a beautiful thing. 1 week was over. And on the last day, then he called all the people for a grand dinner. In the evening, then he gave all the people and he went round and served everybody, all 20,000 people. He did so fast, everything went on serving. Everybody was surprised. Why, Swamiji, you are doing that? Why you are doing this? Why you are doing this? He said. Then he told, this is my last day. Now I got the call, I am going to leave this body. And everything was there. And to the disciples, he sits there and continuously leaves the body, goes out of the body at the end of his thing. This is one way by which the people leave the body. Same thing did Swami Vivekananda also. And that day he served all his homemates, sannyasis, then say, now I got the call from Ramakrishna, I can leave. Until now Ramakrishna had kept a key that you cannot go out, you have to complete your work, you have to spread this message of the Bhakti Yoga and everything all through the world. And you had a great job, that job is finished, and now I am going to leave. He sits there and leaves the body. This is one way by which the people leave. So what happens? When they leave the Annamaya Kosha, they go to Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnana Anandamaya Kosha and merges with the totality, that pure consciousness. That is the thing. Janma bandha vinirmuktaha. They go beyond the slavery of birth and death, they reach the highest. This is one way. There is another way by which other great bhaktas and others leave the body. They convert this physical body into pranamaya kosha. The gross body is transformed into the subtle body. They go into the pranamaya kosha, then manomaya, vijnananandamaya kosha, they convert, then merge with that. This is what Shankaracharya did. Shankaracharya, when he entered into the gufa, then his body people could not see. He completely converted. Ramanuja Mahaswamigal, great Siddha from Tamil Nadu, he did the same thing. He was also completely do that. Ultimately merge. These are the two ways by which the bhaktas reach the highest dimension. This is the ultimate merger called the supreme dimension. So let us contemplate on these thoughts. Sit straight with the eyes closed. Relax all parts of the body from toes to head. Beautiful smile on the face. Scan your life. How much of Asuri Sampat, how much of Daivi Sampat we have. It is the Asuri Sampat, anger, greed, jealousy, hatred, infatuation, arrogance are the ones that bring misery, tension, stresses and causes all the NCDs, non-communicable diseases, and therefore we have to reduce. Make a resolve, as I am going to develop my positive virtues, not the vices, the demonic vices. Making a resolve, consciously you have to make all the effort. All good qualities, giving, every day giving. The flower, a leaf, cup of water, anything you can give. Develop the habit of giving. Then your Ishtadevata, japa. Few people wanted to have the mantra diksha. Please give your names to Sumant, those who want. And I will give you the mantra japa to continue this great journey. Then the bhakti path to grow higher and higher, surrender to Ishtadevata, the role model. Swami Vivekananda said, the process is to manifest that divinity within us for better health, harmony, peace and bliss and knowledge. All things will blossom. They become free from all bondages. That's the growth process. That's what the Shanti mantras tell us. Come to Namaskara Mantra. Asato ma satgamaya aso yotirgamaya